The Boston Bhangra Competition makes a return November 11th at the Orpheum Theatre. Through music and dance, performers will showcase a fusion of Punjabi tradition and some Western pop innovation. To tell us what's in the lineup is the president of Boston Bhangra, Rohit Bhambi. Thank you very much for being with us, Rohit.
Chris, thank you so much.
You've been here before, but I want to ask you, for people who haven't heard the story yet, how did you grow up with this exactly?
You know, I've been raised with Bhangra from the very beginning. My parents kind of ingrained it in me, and then I just kind of built on it over time through elementary school, through high school and college, started competing, started BU Bhangra, and then we took it to the next level with Boston Bhangra.
Now, you have these groups that come in here and they compete. I'm looking at this, I'm seeing a lot of energy, a lot of speed, but the coordination, how do they do that?
It's a lot of practice. I used to be on a competitive team a long time ago with Boston Bhangra. You're practicing 3, 4, 5 times a week, 3, 4 hours a day. They put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and that's what you see on stage.
Talk about the importance of this music, because I've been looking at the history a little bit here, and a lot of the times we're talking about people drawing on a tradition but living in another part of the world. Why is that so important for them?
See, it's funny because Bhangra has become something very much bigger than just the Indian culture now. In fact, we have people that are dancing that are of all sorts of ethnicities. So we don't even see Bhangra as necessarily an Indian thing now. We're trying to make it more global. That's our goal. That's part of the reason we're here. That's part of the reason we want to help continue to kind of promote it. Because Bhangra is a great dance form, makes you want to move, and that's why people all get involved.
And of course, this comes out of a region that is a melting pot in and of itself. You get all these different religions and ethnicities put together, right?
Yeah, so it's from the Punjab region, which kind of split off originally into Pakistan. So you have the Sikh religion, you have the Hindu religion, you have the Muslim religion, so everyone, it is absolutely a melting pot in that space, and all of these religions, again, I don't really consider Bhangra to have anything to do with religion here, right? But at the same time, it does kind of have those different people all engaged in it, yes.
When you have these groups competing, and I'm looking at these different groups here, they all impress me, and how do they do it? But how do you distinguish between one and the other? How do you have point systems or something like
Sure.
this?
So we absolutely have a point system. We have judges who are qualified based on me interviewing them. I've had many, many years of experience being Bhangra. I started this competition back 14 years ago. So, I'm always looking for judges that are well qualified. They know the dance, they know what's happening for trends, and also historically know what's been happening. So this combination of intelligence over time, they're able to kind of determine who the best teams are based on grace, based on power, based on energy, based on synchronization, based on hitting the right types of movements. So it's a combination of a lot of things that kind of determine who the winners are.
Yeah, you make it sound pretty rigorous, but when I look at the audience, they're getting into this.
They absolutely do, and see, like I said, that's the power of Bhangra. Bhangra really does want to make you move. That the premise of the dance is based around the dhol, which is a percussion, it's a drum, and it makes you want to move.
This is BNN News, and we're talking with Rohit Bhambi from Boston Bhangra. Rohit, you're also going to have a featured performer here, and this is where the Western pop influence mixes in. Talk about that as well.
Sure. We're going to have Ashok Gill coming here. We're very happy about him being able to come because this is his first time to the U.S. He's one of the biggest artists that came from Punjab BMC, who's a very well-known producer of Bhangra music. And he's got huge songs like Modni, Balle Balle. Again, a lot of these might not mean much to the audience, right? But the thing is, when you hear them, you'll be like, yes, I've heard this stuff. If you've been to any kind of Bhangra-related event, you would have heard these songs.
Now, looking at his videos, I can see how, on the one hand, there's one that reminds me of the video for Despacito, but on the other hand, he's working out these, Western, Eastern cultural divides too.
Absolutely. And see, like I said, that's the beauty of Bhangra, right? We're not just segmented to one specific group. We really are trying to open this up to everybody. We want everyone to enjoy the music. And people who are open-minded and they want to try something new, they'll love this event.
By the way, I have to admit, I looked at the YouTube comments on one of these clips, and somebody from a totally different background says, "Where can I get beats like that?"
No, I'm telling you, see, it's the power of the dhol. The dhol really does want to make you move. Like, again, I've kind of seen other forms of folk dance across the world that's similar, but Bhangra is kind of what I've lived with and what I've grown up with. So it's one of those things that I want to continue to promote it. I really wanted to get out there to the general community, and that's why we love doing this event.
And finally, the event time and place one more time?
Sure. It's going to be November 11th at the Orpheum Theatre in Boston. And to get tickets, you can go to bostonbhangra.com or you can call 617-448-2508.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Chris, thank you.
Rohit Bhambi from Boston Bhangra.